We are live. Bryan,
Yes, hello.
hey, we're on Facebook now.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
I know. So, hey, everybody, we're back. And this time we're with Bryan, and he is a Cherokee artist who is phenomenal. He's got us in the studio tonight. He's going to show us some of the work he's been working on. And that one right behind him. Why don't you tell us about that one behind you?
Oh,
See,
the charcoal.
yes, the charcoal.
Yeah, I've been trying to for the longest time I was always trained, here's a picture, regurgitate it, spit it out, and exactly the same. And um, started wanting to do a little bit more where I'm involving friends of mine, family members, people I admire, our elders, and things like that. So, Eric Smith is a Chickasaw artist, very accomplished archer. You can check out some of his videos on Facebook too of him hitting nectarines while they're swinging with his traditionally made bows and arrows, and he does a lot of work for Hollywood movies. I can't
Oh,
discuss
wow.
which ones, but a lot of traditional weaponry that you'll see in those, like Netflix Scene with Momoa, and he did work on The Revenant with DiCaprio, and very talented guy. Fortunate enough to call him a friend right now, and he'd been bugging me for a long time to do a drawing of him, and so he got dressed in all of his own main material, regalia,
Hmm.
all of his own bow, arrows, um, and we went out in his field and did did a photo shoot for over an hour, and looking through probably about 150 photos, came across one with great composition and lighting and everything, and stuck him on a 4 foot by 3 foot canvas and started. I've been wanting to experiment with how charcoal might work because I got tired of the heavy glass, and on paper and framing, and
Right.
I'm really getting having a lot of fun with these large charcoals on canvas. And I did one. Uh, the first one I did uh, was in Santa Fe last year, and unfortunately, nobody got to see that one. It was purchased by a collector um, there in Santa Fe. So it's
On the
unfortunate
preview
because it was
night.
a drawing of one of our Cherokee treasures and medicine man, Toby Hughes, and I kind of wish that would have gotten back here. But I'm really proud of this one. I really enjoy it a whole lot. Hopefully with this virus and everything gets over with, and we start getting our art shows and things back on track, people will be able to see this in person.
I'd sure like to see it in person. I mean, I did see the other one you were talking about, but just pictures went from when you had it at the gallery in Tulsa. That
Mm-hmm.
was huge. I mean, it's a great big one. So what else you got there tonight, Bryan?
Just well, as you can see, I mean, I've got an inventory, and appreciate you guys coming into my studio. I keep a lot of canvases in stock, all my papers just kind of laying around. Just some things I have kind of in front of me so that when I'm ready, I have an idea and I want to elaborate on that. I'm ready. I've got something I can go to right away. I've got my full blood Indian back over here, which
Mm-hmm.
is the motorcycle. It's a 24
Okay.
by
Yeah.
36. Got kind of a little bit more pop or contemporary style bison. I cut some stencils for that one. Just a lot of my work, ends up going from a lot of realism, like you see with the charcoal, even with my colored pencil works that do get mistaken for paintings, um, to kind of like some mixed media pieces I'm doing now. The one with Toby Hughes, he's one of our Cherokee treasures again. And then with Eugene Brave Rock, you may have seen him in Wonder Woman.
Okay. Yeah.
But like I said, being a teacher for 13 years, I'm working on some molds right now. I don't know. Let's see if I can turn the camera around here just a second. There we go. So I've been doing these for Cherokee Art Market, experimenting with just trying to create something three-dimensional and do it in studio with my silicone molds here after I've created uh, my prototype, I guess you'd say, and then resin casts, and then I've got to do a lot more sanding. So these are going to be my Wolf Clan, and last year's I had my Tricksters, which were my rabbits.
Yeah, that's your last one left, isn't it?
Yep, I wanted to keep one of them. So yeah, that's the last one. I do a limited run of these. There's my little West Studi, my toughest Pawnee. That's a little Funko Pop. Everybody
Mhm.
loves that one. But yeah, these Wolf Clan will be at the Cherokee Art Market, which is hosted at the Hard Rock, and I've got a couple editions of these going on outside
Yeah,
by the
and that would
easel.
be in October. I don't know if I get the exact dates, but it's usually
Yeah, I
around.
think it's somewhere around like 13th or 15th, I
I
believe.
was gonna say it's usually around the 12th, that weekend around there.
Yeah.
We can put a link to that on online too, so everybody can see that.
Yeah, but I've got my printing press in here as well. So, I being a teacher, I had to teach a lot of mediums, pottery, just basic drawing, painting. We would work on sculptures, really just kind of everything.
Right.
Line, some screen printing, pottery. We would do some kiln study work, teaching kids how to operate a kiln, which is really fun to do when you have seventh graders trying to load that thing. Mixed media. So I try and carry that too into my work as well. I've got jean jackets here that I'll end up printing on soon with some designs. I've got some sticker packs available on my website that
Oh,
I work in
cool.
Illustrator and do color separations. So I, I I just like to have at it every aspect of art I guess I could think of.
You just do it all.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of my t-shirts I printed out there on my press myself and try and do them limited runs. So once they're gone, that's it. I'm not a t-shirt company, so
And I
I
have
don't
to
have the
say that,
overhead to keep them all in stock.
right, right. Since you actually screen print them, you're not doing vinyl or something. And I have to say this, your studio is very neat. I mean, it's don't
Well,
ever feel
I knew
bad
I was
about
going to be on your show, so I had to clean. I had to sweep everything out. My mower's sitting in here, and I was like, I'm going to be
you
showing
cleaned
people
up to
around, so
be
I
on
don't
the
want
show.
boxes
Okay.
everywhere.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. So, um, let's see what else is going on, Bryan.
Just doing some commissions right now. I've been doing some original marker drawings
Oh, that's right.
for
Don't you have one
clients.
up for auction at the moment?
I've got a Prismacolor right now, a 12 by 12 on my site that's up for auction right now. It's an original. Just doing things like that. Some smalls I'll put up for auction. It kind
And
of
that's
gives
on your
people an opportunity
Instagram
too
or
to
on
get.
your Facebook page?
It's on my Facebook page, just my
Okay.
personal one, where you can kind of go on and make a bid. But just during this time, small commissions here and there, since a lot of artists, we had Indian Market in Santa Fe that was canceled. We had the
Yep.
Artesian with the
The
Chickasaw
Artesian
Nation
was
that was canceled.
canceled. Yeah. Cahokia Mounds was canceled. And that's what really kicked off this whole. I'm hoping that my event that I put on in November will still be on, but we couldn't wait till then. We needed to
Yeah,
help artists now, get the word
yeah.
out and come out.
I've been doing a lot of grant research and some kind of, relief funds like a lot of other artists. The Philbrook, I believe, is helping Oklahoma artists by
Mhm.
posting on their site. So I've got
Right.
the Chickasaw Warrior, the charcoal of Eric submitted. So I haven't heard anything yet. Doing small commissions here and there, just trying to keep a little bit of income. And plus, people are going to be able to kind of get some small originals of mine during this time. I was doing some marker drawings of classic cars, like the Batmobile, Dukes of Hazzard, things like that.
I was going to bid on that Scooby Doo one, but for my daughter, but then it started going for a little bit more than I wanted to pay for a 19-year-old.
I know it. I know. Yeah, the Mystery Machine. I think that went for like $60. So that was a really good buy for
Oh, I
the
guess,
person that
yeah, I
bought it.
guess I didn't, I thought it was going for more than that. I guess I missed, I could have snagged that one for her birthday or something.
Yeah, but those are fun too. The live auctions that last like a day or two. The one I have right now up for auction, the 12 by 12, is a Prismacolor original. I think it was on Prismacolor's official website, kind of
Right.
promoting, and on their Instagram. And I know it received over 10,000 hearts, so I don't know what it's at now, but so I kind of put that little snippet on the back, so whoever buys that will have the little screenshot of how many people saw it, I
How many people
guess,
like that?
liked it.
Right. I saw it. I remember seeing it that day, and I was just blown away. I thought it was a photograph. I mean, until so no, you are that good, Bryan. So
Well, I,
and
I appreciate it. I'm fortunate. I've had incredible support from my wife and family. My parents were unbelievable. My step parents, my grandparents, aunt and uncles, all, in Tahlequah in Chicago. Everybody's always been supportive of me, even my friends where I grew up in Sepulpa. So if any of them are watching, but just always complimenting me and just, kind of keeping me encouraged. And even my friends now, at all the art shows, we're
we've got
always
a
kind of,
couple questions.
huh?
Got a couple questions for you. On the
Sure, let's
piece,
see.
and a piece with the $20 treaty bills, how do you get it so perfect?
Which piece? I did my treaty bucks, which is a digital
Well,
design, so a lot of squinting in Photoshop, and those are like $10, and they have a front and back. They look like a I think it was a 1920 gold dollar bill or something like that.
mhm.
And I made sure to have a different color on the back so the feds didn't come calling. I didn't
Right.
want them thinking I was counterfeiting, but it's kind of like the Banksy bucks that he produced overseas, the graffiti artist. I wanted to do my own
Mhm.
version. I call them my treaty bucks. But
Now
then
you
with the
use
piece that
the
I did with
background for
the broken-hearted treaties with
that's the
Tiger
one with
Lily,
the tiger lily.
I just printed one. I just printed one-sided and then just in sheets, and then just used kind of not a Mod Podge. It's a kind of a glue
Like
mixture. I can't remember
epoxy.
the brand, but I mean, for layman, we'll just say it's like a Mod Podge. Laid those
Right.
down first. I cut my stencils of the broken hearts out of mat board, and then I used my Montana cans of spray paint after I went in with the character and did my acrylic, and then just a couple clear coats, a base clear coat on the treaty bucks, and then another finishing coat on everything.
Somebody wants to know if you're going to do bears.
Uh, well, what kind of bears?
I don't know.
Oh, for probably like for my limited edition, maybe out at the Hard Rock that I do.
Maybe, yeah, like your
Um,
sculptures. He didn't say.
it just depends. I've had turtles. Um, it was going to be turtles, but then I really wanted to do my wolf clan, which is what I'm a part of. Mm, I don't know if I'm going to do bears. It just kind of depends. Just depends how I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm going to do bears next year or the year after that. I might.
Yeah, that's the neat thing about being an artist. We go as the mood strikes us sometimes.
Yeah, I've got so many ideas in my sketchbook that I'll go to, and no, I remember that. Let's do that one, or just kind of just how I feel, I guess.
Yeah, like I always say, when you have the time, you do, you don't have the ideas. When you have the ideas, you don't have the time.
Yeah.
So, anything else coming up? I know we don't have any shows, but anything you're going to start
Oh,
working on, or
well, I've got a couple commissions. I'm working on a little design for somebody. I did recently get a commission with, and I don't know if I can disclose it yet. We'll just say it's one of the City of Tulsa departments, and they're
very
going to be
cool.
relocating into a big office downtown Tulsa,
Mm-hmm.
one of the tall buildings, and they have a commission with me to do probably about 6 to 8 originals, um,
Wow,
gearing
that's
towards
awesome.
Oklahoma history with that department. So I don't know if I gave too much, but I'd like to kind of keep it a little bit of a surprise too. But
Right. Well, I'm
that's been a fortunate find for me to be able to do some work like
yes,
that.
that really helped. I'm glad that the city of Tulsa is supporting artists. So
Yeah,
it's good to know. They really are. It really is a good city to be adjacent to because they do have a great arts community and they believe in artists and try to make events for artists to be in ways for artists to get their word out.
yeah. I really like the Brady area. Oh, what is it that got postponed? Nude 16. I'd heard about that, which is a pretty neat show. A couple other Native artists that I know have attended
Mhm.
that one and told me that there's an art contest. So I ended up doing a really nice portrait, I guess. My wife has been asking me to draw her since we met. So finally went ahead and gave her wish, and she loved it, but that got postponed. I know a couple other artists, Native American artists I'm going to be with, are going to be in that. Oh, it's an exhibition, and it's off the top of my head. I can't think of it right now. It's at the AHA Gallery. So, we're still
Oh,
hoping some of those things, are still on schedule to open. And the Trail of Tears show got pushed back.
it did. Yeah. I'm still hoping that we'll still have the homecoming in September, Labor
Right,
Day weekend.
right.
That'll be a good one.
But luckily, I got that commission, so I am fortunate and very blessed that I have built my name up over these years, while teaching on the side. And like I said, with the help of my wife and family, I've been able to, just the last 2 years, step away from teaching and coaching to do this full time and travel and show my work. And I'm lucky to have such a nice fan base of collectors and admirers of just the broad spectrum that I hit on of every kind of medium imaginable.
Very neat. Now, Bryan, we've asked you to be part of our our events, but you've got other things going on. So, but you're always welcome to come in on
Yeah,
our market.
I would love to. I am just the worst at when it comes to scheduling, or like my wife has to remind me. She's like, you have Santa Fe next week, and be like, oh yeah, okay, I guess I better do this.
Better
And
get to work.
she's really good at scheduling and trying to keep me in the loop. It's I just need to get things on paper and just scheduled. But I'm so bad at it, and I'm surprised they let me teach for so long, because sometimes I would just be like, oh, I don't have a lesson today. But I was good at that, just being like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to learn about Shepherd Ferry, and we're going to do this. We'll do a Jackson Pollock painting and teach them
Right.
about that. But
Good on the fly.
yeah,
Good
I would love to, and I need to get a little bit more involved, just with other artists, and I would love to, and I'll talk to you soon after this.
Okay. Yeah. We'd love to have you join us.
Get you on the books.
Yeah. Our one in June, on June 13th, it looks like it's going to be awesome. I've got press who wants to talk to us about it. So.
Okay, great. Yeah, there's
that
some
gives you about a little over a month to get some stuff together.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I know, and there's a couple other artists that of that have been on me for a while about, hey, you need to come to this meeting, or hey, we need to have this discussion, or join this group. So I'm getting out of my little. I'm getting better at it.
That's good. So we have another question. What did you miss most about teaching? You told me about one of your students earlier today.
The low pay. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that tells you a lot about the teaching, doesn't it?
I really miss the students. I actually I really miss the students. With this year coming up, it was going to be when I left Sepulpa, which is where I was from, and I was teaching there. I went to Metro Christian to help a buddy build the basketball program, and promised him a couple years. But the kids that I had as sixth graders are now seniors this year, and I wish I was going to be able. I wanted to get over there and try and meet them and just visit them before they all went off to college. But I do miss the students. I hope they all enjoyed having me as a teacher. I tried to make it fun, but I would probably say the one thing I miss most is definitely the students.
I'd have to agree with you on that. I spent a few years in the classroom, and it's funny to see these kids that I had as eighth graders being married and living lives. So
yeah, that's starting to make me feel old when I see them graduating from college, or I've got some former players, that have more kids than I do. So yeah, I'm just it's making me like, oh yeah, I'm getting some gray right here in my beard and here, but yeah, I miss a lot of those. I miss a lot of those kids. I still keep in touch with them too. After they graduate, see how they're doing, and what their career is going to be like, or how many kids they have now, or
right.
Nice to keep in touch with them and see them doing well.
Good. Well, it was great chatting with you tonight, Bryan.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. And we hope to see you back here another time.
Yeah, definitely. I hope you enjoyed your time here in Sand Springs.
Sand Springs. Yeah. Yep. Sure did. Sure did. It was a nice visit. Nice to get out of the house.
Yeah.
So, and before we sign off for the night, I want to remind everybody that we do have a market coming up, online market coming up on Saturday, the 9th at 1:30. And so if you can join us then, and don't forget to go check out Bryan's auction on his personal Facebook page, and we'll put the link to that on the comments and here on the video so that you can find that. All of our videos with our artists, the Meet the Artist videos, will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. So don't forget to go check that out, like and subscribe, and give them some love. Go show them some love. Go like their accounts. Go follow them. Buy their art. That's why we're doing this. So
Buy their art.
Buy their art. Support local artists. Don't go buy stuff, at Ross or other places like that. Marshall's. Pottery Barn. No, buy it from local living artists. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in, and thank you, Bryan. Thank you for letting us get a glimpse inside your studio tonight.
All right.
Okay. Whatto, everybody.
Whatto.